Hey, welcome back to another episode of Friday Foods and Facts with your favorite guy, me. So, as you see here, got my business partner here, Tramar Clay on, of the Clay Group. Say what's up to the people, Trey.
Friday, this Friday.
Right. Yeah, so today, per usual format, I'll give you guys some market information, and then Trey and I are just going to kind of talk about some things as far as what we're seeing, things that we got going on here right now that's making a lot of sense. So, we'll go into it. So, as far as the market is concerned, the Fed decided to raise interest rates by 0.25% on Wednesday. That was the choice that they made. But there's a lot of indicators that are saying that numbers are looking like we may see a mild recession here, maybe in the second half of the year. It has a lot to do with what's going on in the banking systems. The banking systems are experiencing financial stress, and usually when that happens, lending tightens, and so with the tightening of lending, then that makes it to whereas, money's not being put out as much, so people aren't buying as much goods, and so then that begins to kind of destroy what we would call supply. Destroy demand, which then leads to a recession, which would, kind of lower rates. So, it is what it is, right? I think the Fed's overdone it as far as like what they're trying to do to combat inflation. But by the same token, I do think that we will reap the benefit from it as far as mortgage rates are concerned. And it won't be a situation where the market crashes like it did back in 2008, with like housing values plummet. It's going to be more so the cost of goods and the rate at which money is lent is what we're going to incur, as a result of these actions. So that's just something to be aware of. I did, want to let you guys know about that. We did get a little bit of rates, like a drop in rates over this past week with some of this volatility and the Fed talking. So I was able to actually lock somebody in at 6% even just yesterday. So, we are seeing some benefits, which is, it's cool because earlier it was above 6%. It was like 6.5%, 6.75%. So I definitely saw an improvement in rates, which is great. So, if you're looking to get into the market and you buy something, rates are still in a good position, and they're only, poised to get better as time progresses. So, we'll definitely want to take advantage of that. Trey, you and me, we got some business going per usual. Tell me how fast it was that you got that guy under contract, because I think I sent you the pre-approval letter. What was it? It was last week Friday, was it?
Yeah, so I got this guy under contract. You sent me a pre-approval letter last week Friday. I got this guy under contract. 3 days? 3 days. So it took me 3 days, and I think what's happening that a lot of people don't know. It's kind of like a buyer's market in a sense. So yeah, I did get that client in the house within 3 days, but I also was able to throw that client, have the seller throw that client for concessions as well to get, which my buyer didn't need that, but it's becoming a buyer's market. Why not? He was able to get a house in a nice area that's going to carry on with some equity as well. So I thought that was really, great, because even though interest rates are high, values are still pretty much where they need to be. They're not going anywhere. I thought that, by him buying this house, he got he can sell the move tremendously well for him.
Yeah. And when we were talking
So I'm
earlier this week,
not to that.
what were we saying? It broke up a little bit. Oh, Trey? It was breaking up a little bit. What were we saying there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you when we were talking earlier this week, you were saying that he's walking into some equity on this situation. Trey, can you hear me?
I can hear you a little, but you keep going in and out. Say that again.
Okay. I was saying earlier this week, you were saying something about him. He was walking into some equity in this situation.
Right. So what I'm trying to do now, teach my clientele how to gain equity out of the house, go in and reestablish the house, bring it back to life. And I think this guy's going to walk into at least 40, 50,000 in equity within the next 6 months. Even though the interest rates are pretty high, he's still with that much type of equity in that property.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you definitely didn't tell me that earlier. That's sweet. So, man.
Yeah, I mean, if I ran the numbers, it came out to about that.
Oh man, that's nice. So yeah, that's a real sweet ticket. Cause like, wow, okay. So with that, in 6 months' time, they could refinance, maybe take some of the equity out to do some repairs on the home, or uh, even use that with the amount of equity. Let's see. That actually may put them in a position of where they have more than 20% equity in the home, um, which then I could use that to lower his mortgage insurance, lower his monthly mortgage payment. So that's sweet too. Man, that's really good to know. I will definitely have that conversation with him actually a little later on today, um, about that potential opportunity that presents itself here, in the near future. So that's good to know. You touched on seller concessions. I want to bring this up because seller concessions, for those who don't know, seller concessions is where the seller is willing to give the proceeds of their sales, some of the proceeds of their sales, to the buyer to assist with closing costs, um, taxes, insurance, whatever, to help them along with the loan process. And so, one of the things that seller concessions can be used for is a temporary buy down. So a temporary buy down is where you take the proceeds from the seller and you use that to buy down your interest rate, and it'll buy down your interest rate for a momentary period of time, maybe 3 years. If you choose a 3-year buy down, or there's a 2-year buy down, or a 1-year buy down, it depends on which one that you go with. But what that'll do is you'll still qualify at the full note rate, which will be the interest rate that's locked in prior to the buy down period. And but your payment will go down. Let's say if we have a 3-year buy down, and let's say we lock the interest rate in at 6%. Well, at 3-year buy down, your first year, your interest rate will be 3%. Then your second year, the interest rate will be 4%. Then the third year, your interest rate would be 5%. After that 3-year period is up, then you will be in a situation where you're at 6% and you're riding that out for the rest of the way. This is beneficial because if you use the buy down right now and you lock in that lower interest rate, and it's paid for by the seller, all that money is doing is it's lowering your monthly payment, and then it's being subsidized with the money that the seller is giving you. That's just been spread out over that period of time. Well, if interest rates drop while you're still in the buy down period, you have the opportunity to refinance and take all those proceeds of the sales that hadn't been used already and take that and credit it towards your new loan moving forward. So that'll help you maybe with your closing costs in that scenario. And then you, by refinancing, you can refinance into a lower interest rate and lock in the benefits for the entirety of the life of the loan rather than just a momentary period of time. So it's definitely a cool feature, but it's only something that you can really use when it is a buyer's market, and we're in one right now. I don't believe it's going to last forever. I think here, once we hit true purchase season, like 6 weeks from now, that opportunity is going to roll away. So you're going to need a skilled agent like Tramar to get you those type of seller concessions to put you in a position to where you can exercise some of these other options. Now, in order to even get with someone like Tramar, though, you have to get with me, a lender, so that we can get you pre-qualified, get you pre-approved, and get you out here to view these properties. Yeah. So that's
I'm working with a lot of renters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also kind of working with a lot of renters as well, and I'm noticing that the rent is the same price as the mortgage payment right now. So it's still, you can still take advantage and get a mortgage, or more right, or get a mortgage that's more reasonable than what you actually paying in rent. So I thought, as I take my business to the next level, I decided to work with all real estate. I mean, leases, buyers, sellers, and all, so that I can know the business on that. So I'm noticing a lot of renters that you paying the mortgage as well.
Yeah. The truth to that is so real and right in front of us. That's literally the scenario of the guy that you just got under contract. It's like he was tired of paying rent, paying an arm and a leg for rent, right. And he knew he could get a house, purchase a property cheaper than what he's paying for rent. So he went through the process of getting pre-approved. We did that, and now they got a house under contract. That can be you. For whoever is watching this, right. Like it is not much to it. Just get your paperwork, turn it in to me. I'll look at it. We'll get you pre-approved, and we'll get you into the process. Trey will get you out there and get you seeing what you need to see, and we'll get you under contract. We don't mess around. So leverage this opportunity. The time is now. Yeah. So
take advantage.
What else was? Yeah. What were you gonna say? You said take advantage of what?
I just want people to get some seller concessions. Get that dream house. Don't be limited. Don't limit yourself. Even though the interest rates are high, date the interest rate, marry the house.
Yeah.
The interest is not be high forever. You're going to be calling everybody that I put under contract that purchased the house. You're going to be calling them in a few months saying, hey, you can refinance your property. The interest rates has dropped. It's not going to stay forever. They're not going to let the market crash.
Right. They don't want to do that.
I don't see it.
Nope. Me neither. I don't see it coming.
No. They're not going to let the market crash, especially in the Metro Detroit area.
Right. And the Metro Detroit area is definitely growing. And then, for those that already own in the Metro Detroit area.
I mean, Detroit that's coming down.
I was just saying, for the people that own in the Metro Detroit area.
I think that Detroit is on the uprise, and I think that.
Yep. Exactly where I was going with it. Yeah. it's definitely on the uprise.
And I'm still writing.
You still writing what? What you still writing?
I'm still writing full price offers. I'm still writing full price offers, even though I'm writing full price offers and asking for seller concessions and full price offers. So that's a good sign to me. I don't think, people are just walking away with sellers putting houses on the market. They still have 2 or 3 offers at the table. I think that the market is still strong right now.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. From what I'm hearing, just from people that I've got pre-approved right now, it is a strong market. I still have some situations where people are getting outbid, so like there is that. But excuse me, the fact that you are still being able to put it offers at full price works out well for the sellers as well. So I mean, it's a win-win scenario for everybody. But it is favoring buyers right now. So people, hear me, buyer's market, leverage that. It's opportunity for you to get in and get what you're looking for and get it in a timely fashion, rather than when the panic is set in. As in everybody else is trying to get into the market. Everybody's trying to make moves before people go back to school, get their kids situated, which is going to create more and more chomping at the bit, a feeding frenzy, if you will. And that's going to make it harder for you to get what you're trying to find. So, do it now. Don't wait. Right. Do it now. Yeah. So I think
that's true.
I think that we should talk a little bit.
I'll tell you different.
Huh? What were you saying?
No, I'm staying with you. I'm following your lead. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was saying, I think we should talk to the people a little bit about this. So the Foods and Facts live Q&A.
Food for facts.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna be live and down in Detroit. Come check us out. It's gonna be a nice venue. I think this will really be. I think it'll be really good because, I think that people have questions. They just don't know how to ask it or what to ask until they hear the information. And I'm always a firm believer that when you get a lot of people together in an area and they're all thinking on one accord, you can accomplish much. So I believe that having people all in the same area, thinking about the same thing, asking, one question may spark another question, and I believe that we'll accomplish a lot of information, being given and grasped by both parties. And I think that will lead everyone to success. What are some of the things that you think people, well, what are some of the things people are asking you, like when you're taking them out to see properties? What are they talking about?
Well, I don't know about properties, even to buy properties. I think with this Food for Facts and this May 13 at the Gospel Cafe on the Livernois at the Avenue of Fashion is going to be vital, because people don't even know that they qualify for a property. That you don't, or you don't really have to save money purchase a property. It's programs out here that can get you in the house. MISHDA, first time home buyer program, that can make this program. This Food for Facts is going to be live. I think this is going to be tremendously vital for the community, because they're going to information that most people don't share. I mean, you don't have to be pre-approved. If you're thinking about shopping for a house 3 years from now, you still want to come here, because I know you're going to pre-approve buyers. We're going to have a credit repair person there on site about the credit and different things of that nature. So this is going to be that deal. I think this is going to be really vital. Advantage of it.
I think so too. I think it's going to be just good to give people the base foundation, to make that first step. A lot of people are afraid to do so, because they don't know where to start. Or they feel like they're stepping into the unknown or into a dark room. Well, this is going to help turn the lights on, right? It's going to shed some light on some questions that people have, on some scenarios, and that's going to help propel you forward into home ownership. That's the main goal of why we're putting this on, is to propel people forward into home ownership. Because if you're going to feed somebody's pockets, why not feed your own, right? And these are one of the few things that you can do that is going to feed your own pocket. Yes, you may initially borrow some funds from someone to get it closed, aka me, a lender, but it's going to allow you the opportunity to pay off that debt and own property, which is going to feed your pockets, because that's available equity that you can use, or you can sell, or you can rent and create generational wealth. There's options with that. It becomes leverage, So come on down, check us out, get this information, bring your questions, bring your family, bring your friends. And if you're hungry, there'll be food there too. You can go ahead and purchase food. It is a cafe, so you can bring your appetite. And who knows, it may be a spot that you like to frequent now. More than just for this event. So to come check us out. And if you can't make it in person, it will be available online as well. The details will be on the RSVP page. As you can see down there, it's www.eventcreate.com/e/FFF live, which stands for Friday Foods and Facts Live. So yeah, check it out. But other than that, I'm not going to keep you. Trey, you got anything else for the people?
I'm pretty much good. I think this is a great opportunity. I'm glad that we were able to drop this knowledge. Just, if you're not working with an agent, my phone number is 248-821-3465. If you want to see a house this weekend, call me if you got any questions about any real estate needs.
Yep. That sounds good to me. And if you're not pre-approved, call me, 248-763-7091, or email me, Kendall McAllister at Draper and Kramer or DKMortgage.com, or you can go on my app. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Get a hold of me. I'll get back with you. We'll figure out how to get you taken care of and get you pre-approved so that you can get out there with Trey and get you finding some properties. And other than that, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks again. See you later.